8 hours of sleep in 3 days. Hey, it's Susan. Welcome to tonight's episode of War Crimes Unit. Nice to see ya. Hey, don't forget to get a Damsel in Defense stun gun. 7.5 million volts. Could save your life one day. It saved mine. They all come with a removable safety pin, so if the bad guys grab it, they can't use it against you. And it's also rechargeable. You can get one by shopping online at the iSue's Home Shopping Mall on Facebook. Oh my gosh, 8 hours of sleep in 3 days. I mean, it was kind of like a workathon. And it's like, okay, where was I going to run next, and how much money do I have, and what else did I need to do? See, I mean, here was the thing. I needed to work, and I wanted to try to work at least 2 days, because only working like this one day doesn't leave me enough safety cushion. And ideally, it would have been nice to work 3 days, but I couldn't get it all to work, because then I had to travel from one city to another city, because I needed to pick up a paycheck that cannot be direct deposited, but I'll get into that in a second. So I had to worry about trying to work 2 days through one company, and then I had to worry about going back and picking up a 1 day's paycheck, which is quite a significant amount of money for a nursing shift from last Sunday. So I mean, it was like just trying to coordinate this and then trying to worry about the safety issues and all of that. Well, you know, what it turned out to be is that I only ended up getting 8 hours of sleep in 3 days. So what happened is that I worked a night shift in the emergency room. Today's Friday. Wednesday night, so I worked in the emergency room, and during that shift, I found out that they needed somebody mid-shift. But the trouble is that I didn't have a hotel already set up. So I only had 8 hours between getting off in the morning, like at 6:30 in the morning, and being back at the hospital, at that same hospital in the ER at 2:30. I only had 8 hours of sleep. Now remember, I don't have a car, because my car got ripped off in Las Vegas, and the cops like sucked down there in Las Vegas. I mean, they know who did it. They just let them get away with it. So, you know, I have to worry about public transportation, and, you know, I have to figure out, I've got this amount of money, and what am I going to spend it on? I have to prioritize, and, you know, I would have had to, like, take the trolley to go find a hotel. By the time I did all of that and checked in, I mean, I wouldn't even have been able to sleep, because, you know, I'm telling you, when you're tired, and once you hit the bed, you know, sometimes it's just, like, hard to wake up, especially after, like, just a couple hours. So it just, like, wasn't going to happen. So I ended up staying up. Oh my God, how long was I up? Let me see. I think I woke up in Mexico about 4:30 in the morning on Wednesday morning. Worked all night till 6:30 in the morning, and I think I took about a couple 10 to 20 minute naps on the trolley, so on the public transportation. On Wednesday, I took a couple naps there. I figured out how to take a couple naps on the trolley and not get my property taken. If I arrange it the right way, then I'm fine and I'm set. So a couple 10, 15, 20 minute naps scattered, because I was trying to find a Starbucks that I hadn't been to in a while, because I'm trying to, like, not look as obvious. You know, I'm trying not to look like I'm some homeless chick. I don't want people to think I'm some homeless chick. I'm trying not to look like that there's something wrong, or somebody gets suspicious, or they won't let me in their restaurant, or won't let me in their hotel, or whatever, something like that. So I'm trying not to maybe go to the same place. And plus, I have to consider the fact that I've got all these assholes after me, so I've got to really worry about also going to different places just so they don't come after me. Because, see, if they know that I go to a certain Starbucks, you know, at a certain time, or I always go to Starbucks or something like that, then that would be one of the first places that they would look for me, do you see? So I have to factor that in as well. Smoke show to the public, dodge it for the bad guys. And let me tell you, when I was on the trolley, I actually would get off the trolley at different times, at different stops, just for the hell of it. Just in the event that I was getting trailed. Because there was this one time, this one guy that was sitting like, just like right in front of me, he just kept staring at me, and like, dude, he's trailing me. And it's like the next stop, I got off the trolley and I waited for the next one. So like, I did that before, like times I should be asleep. I should be asleep taking a nap, because I just worked all night and I have to go back to work in a few hours, and getting off a trolley to dodge the stalkers that were coming after me to try to change my pattern, you see? So then anyway, so then I worked like 2:30 to like 3 in the morning, and the ER wasn't that bad. Hell, it could have been, believe me, it could have been a hell of a lot worse. You know, I mean, it wasn't that bad. But then I had to wait a couple hours on the streets probably to start again. And then, you know what, then I was sitting waiting for the trolley. It was going for like 10 minutes. I had actually left the hospital. I was sitting across the street, and I didn't want to sit at the trolley. So I just sat away. And then when it came time for the trolley to come, I went over to the trolley chairs, and then I'm sitting there, and I freaking fell asleep, and the trolley's just passing me by. I mean, like, you know, it's like it's supposed to be there in 10 minutes, and it was like, I woke up, it was like a half an hour later, and another trolley had just come, and I went, holy fuck, I missed my damn trolleys. Here I stayed awake all this time, but I fell asleep at the trolley stop. And I was like, crap, dude, no. I'm like, no, this can't happen, because that's going to screw up my next damn plan, because my plan was to get the hell out of town on a Greyhound at 6:45. So I had this all planned. I was going to get on the 5:21 a.m. trolley, and I was going to hit the Greyhound around 6, and I had 45 minutes before the Greyhound took off so I could get to my next destination. And then I'm like, but dude, I don't know. Somehow I made it, because the next trolley came, and I literally got to the Greyhound station this morning at 6:43 and bought my ticket. And the bus I got there, bought my ticket. A couple minutes later, the bus came, and I was out of town. Crazy. My nursing agency, you know, they had even texted me, can you work at that same hospital at 2 p.m. today? I'm like, oh no, sorry, I'm out of town. And you know, I started to wonder when I was there on my last shift if they were starting to hack that hospital. A couple things were suspicious. There's a lot of law enforcement at this particular hospital, just because of the patients that are there. There are corrections officers at there, and I couldn't tell if there was one person that might have just been like maybe staring too much. I mean, I don't know. It was just kind of weird. I haven't been able to pinpoint it yet. But generally speaking, I like that hospital because there's tons of corrections officers on a state, federal corrections officers. Border Patrol were even there the other night. Border Patrol was at my hospital because they had apparently watching an illegal in custody patient. There was a Border Patrol car there. But so anyway, so that I'd make it to my final destination, I hit that Greyhound, was out of town. Went if I could work now out of town. So, and then I was trying to do some things. You know, something else had come up with, you know, I had to pick up one of my paychecks from my other nursing agency here in my destination, and once I got their paycheck, then I figured out why they couldn't direct deposit the paycheck. See, there's this whole other thing with this nursing agency that does daily pay, and I worked a shift for them. It's a new agency, worked a shift for them. They couldn't direct deposit it because somehow the banks weren't talking, or at least that was the bullshit story when it came to Monday to pay me. And then, like, you know, and then, but once I saw their paycheck that came in my mailbox today, I was like, oh, there it is, Wells Fargo. This is the problem, Wells Fargo. See, because a couple weeks ago, I had gotten a notice from a collections agency up in New York saying that I owe money to Wells Fargo. I don't owe any money to Wells Fargo. I haven't had a Wells Fargo account open in years. This is not my account. So they're hacking Wells Fargo again. It's either the terrorists or the corrupt law enforcement. One of the two are hacking Wells Fargo again. But that's why I had trouble getting the direct deposit. That's why just things just aren't working with that. But thankfully, I know people where I am that already know my case. So I just you know, went and brought over some papers and told them, hey, look, here's 2 hits on the Wells Fargo thing. This is what I got in the mail. This is what's going on. Throw it into the pot, you know. Oh my God. So I slept on the Greyhound, a couple hours on the Greyhound day, you know, but then when I was up and I was trying to deal with this Wells Fargo issue, and you know, it's interesting because I couldn't direct deposit into my bank account. But I could go to Wells Fargo and cash the paycheck just fine. And isn't that strange? Okay, but thank God. I needed all the safety money that I could get, right? And then, you know what? I had to do some shopping. You know, like I had thought about going to Mexico this afternoon, but my God, you know what? I don't even have a damn thing to wear to Mexico. I got one set of scrubs left. I haven't had a shower since I left Tijuana. I mean, literally. 3 days I have not had a shower. I'm like, oh my God, and I've got nothing to wear except for one other pair of scrubs, but I'm like feeling so filthy and I haven't slept. And like, look at my hair now. I'm in makeup and I'm out of foundation. I cannot go to Mexico today. There's just no way. This wasn't going to happen. And so, you know, I needed to do some shopping. So I was going to go back to Walmart and do some shopping. So I take this bus that goes out to Walmart. Guess what? I fell asleep on the damn bus, missed the Walmart stop. Believe it. Missed the Walmart stop twice, dude. I missed it twice. The second time, I thought the bus driver was going to tell me this is the Walmart stop, you know, but then that didn't happen. Didn't happen. But then, you know, anyway, so I ended up getting everything that I needed at non-Walmart stores. Thank God. A cute little mom and pop shops, which that's nice. Supporting small business is always very, very good. But now, at least, God, I have some clothes to wear, and like I can take a shower and I can make myself up, and I don't know. So, and I've got to get my hair cut at some point. I've got to factor that in. How much money do I have? Do I have enough money that I can allot to get my hair cut now? I mean, at least gotta get it cut. It's driving me crazy. But you know what? I mean, it's real. I mean, here I am. I'm the Avon lady, and I represent the Unique company, and you know, I got the I See Some Shopping on Facebook. But I'm lucky, man. I mean, sometimes I just look like this because of all this crime out there. But, you know, I just kept falling asleep. Everywhere I was going, I just kept falling asleep. 15 minutes here, 15 minutes here. I wake up and I'm like, shit, dude. I'm surprised. that I woke up to get to where, you know, my destination is. Surprised I woke up from the Greyhound. Oh, get this. So I get off the Greyhound bus, you know, and then kind of close to Mexico. Mexico's just a couple blocks away. And all of a sudden I get off the Greyhound bus and I walk out of the Greyhound and I start hearing the sirens. I'm like, holy crap, dude, not the sirens. No, the sirens. And the sirens, they're coming from Mexico. And that means that the bad guys are out in Mexico. Now, I learned that when I was down in Nogales, Mexico, which is on the other side of Nogales, Arizona. Apparently when the cartels start coming out and like doing bad shit like they do, the Mexico sends all these sirens, and apparently it is a warning for everybody to like stay inside. So, you know, it's just interesting. I mean, I get off the ground and it's like, oh my God, crap, the bad guys are out. Oh my God, I need to be inside. I need to be inside in my own country 24/7. I would be out like roaming around, sleeping on trolleys. I got all these people that could just kidnap me or shoot me or whatever in a heartbeat. I don't know. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. I mean, I do the best I can with what I got to do. But 8 hours of sleep, and that 8 hours of sleep in 3 days. Oh my gosh. And I'm so wrinkled. I'm so tired. And you know, you try to go, and I had to go and replace, I bought some new clothes, thank God. So I've got some clothes to wear, but I'm just, you know, I had to go looking around for all this stuff. This is like the recurring cycle. So the assholes, the fucking assholes, the terrorists, which is the bad law enforcement, they're terrorist group number 2, and then we got terrorist group number 1, the other terrorists. Basically, the bad law enforcement, they're part of this terrorist crime ring. Same people. You know, so about every month they seem to be hacking my shit, and then I end up recovering, and then I have to go out and buy it all over again. But I'm always like constantly shopping. But you know what, I'd rather not be constantly shopping because I like to be able to just sit and chill, maybe get some sleep for once. It would have been nice to have been able to sleep all afternoon instead of shopping for just stuff that I needed, just so I can look like a normal person. But anyway, it's corrupt America. Today's episode of the War Crimes Unit. Keep your stun gun or machine gun handy. There's real criminals and terrorists out there. Don't forget, you can get one at the iSues Home Shopping Mall on Facebook.